The all-new Mustang GTD is absolutely sick, and I'm so honored that we have one of these things on order. But the problem is they are obscenely expensive, as you probably know. And so that got me thinking, is there an opportunity for a car that might be just as good, almost as good, and a significantly less amount of money? Well, this is our brand new 2025 Mustang GT, and we're gonna be building this thing all the way out. And my goal here is, can we accomplish 95% of the performance of a Mustang GTD off of a Mustang GT platform for a fraction of the price? What's up, guys? Mitchell Watts with TC Customs, and I cannot wait to share with you everything that we have in store for this car. In this video, we're gonna cover one of the biggest performance modifications someone can make to a new Mustang. But before we do that, I think it's important to actually show you what we've got as far as a base chassis, because I've had this idea in my head for quite some time, so much so that we actually ordered this chassis specifically for this video and the entire video series. So what do we have here? A Mustang GT right off the rip. It's a 2025 model, and as you've probably seen, the 2026 is going to be largely unchanged because this is a brand new S650 from 2024, 25, and at least into 2026. But what are we dealing with here? We've got a set of wheels and tires that are unique to this vehicle. Why is that? Because this has the GT Performance Pack. This is not exactly the easiest thing to get scheduled for production right now. You actually have to do a couple of things to get these things on order. And speaking of order, if you want to order one of these Mustangs for yourself, whether you do the modifications on it or not, you can do that at Invoice Pricing just by calling the phone number right there on the screen. That'll get you connected to one of our Mustang experts, and no hassles, no questions asked. Just mention this video and we'll be happy to get you that order placed in at Invoice Pricing, and we're happy to actually put that in writing for you so that way you know there's no shenanigan games going on. But taking a look a little bit further, the GT Performance Pack comes with quite a few different things. First thing you're going to notice, you've got the Brembo brakes, the massive calipers up front, but the GT Performance Pack has got more than just wheels, tires, and brakes. It also includes things like a beefed up suspension system. You have bigger, stiffer roll bars. You even have a K-brace underneath the vehicle that's designed to stiffen the entire chassis up. Why did we order it this way? Because we're trying to make sure that from the factory, we've got as similar of a chassis as the GT as we can possibly get. Yes, the GTD is a completely different league of its own. It's made by Multimatic in Canada, and they are basically taking a body in white vehicle and they're completely building it from the ground up. It's not comparing apples and apples, I get that, but the experiment still stays the same. Can I get 95% of the performance with just 25% of the price? And I think we can do that. To keep the budget in check, we didn't go with a loaded up premium 400 or 401A equipment group. We intentionally went with a 301A equipment group. Why did we do that? Well, the 300A is a great PEP code. It is basically the ability to get a GT with absolutely no frills. We decided to step up to the 301 so we could get things like this, the power sliding seat, the power reclining seat. Actually, it doesn't recline power. You still have a normal recline, but you do have a power adjustable seat, which is really, really nice. Now, you'll also notice that this vehicle has the 10-speed automatic transmission, and you might be thinking, Mitchell, what in the world? That's blasphemy. You need a stick shift. You need a 6-speed manual transmission. I agree, but we selected the automatic for one simple reason. The GTD is an automatic as well. Now, keep in mind, it's a very different type of an automatic. It's a dual clutch transmission versus a 10-speed, but nonetheless, we're trying to build it apples to apples as best as we possibly can. We thought the 10-speed was the way to go. You also have your drift brake located right here. This is one of the coolest inventions that was actually designed by Chelsea DeNova and my friend Vaughn Gittin Jr. with Ford Motor Company, and it is a real drift brake built into a factory vehicle. It's absolutely incredible and very, very cool stuff. So yeah, nonetheless, this is what we're working with on the inside, and there's going to be modifications to come. This is your baseline video. Now I want to show you something out back that's really fun. This is the active exhaust from the new Mustang. Now, what I love about this is because it has got the automatic transmission, you have got remote start. But not only do you have remote start, you've got a really cool feature that allows you to rev it up with just the key fob. Take a look. So we remote start it. You heard those valves opening and closing, but now what I can do is hit unlock and then lock, and it turns me into car meets will never be the same. That active exhaust system sounds amazing. That's the reason we chose it that way. Now, we still might be modifying the suspension. You're gonna have to wait to another day to see that. But now, I think it's time to go ahead and install the single most important component of this entire build series, the Roush Supercharger. And now let's take a look at the finished product. This is by far my favorite supercharger on the market, especially for the money. As far as I'm concerned, this is the single best supercharger that money can buy for a couple of different reasons. The number one reason is the warranty that is backed by Roush Performance. You guys know I'm a big proponent of making sure that we take care of our customers and install good quality parts. That's the reason I love Roush. We've actually been a dealer for theirs since 2002. If you're counting, that's well over 20 years, if I can do math right. Yes, 23 years I think is what it is, roughly, that we've been a Roush Performance dealer. We've installed thousands of their superchargers, and they have done nothing but take care of their customers if there's ever a warranty issue that comes up. And speaking of warranty issue, let's talk about that for a second, because when you add a supercharger, I don't care what supercharger company it is, whether it is a Ford Performance supercharger, a Roush Performance supercharger, whatever it is, you're gonna be nuking your entire powertrain warranty. But what I love about Roush is they pick up a 3-year, 36,000 mile powertrain warranty through Roush Performance to cover you in case there's an issue. And I love Roush Performance. I've been knowing them a long, long time, and they do great by their customers. And that's the reason I only recommend the Roush Performance Supercharger on the new Mustang. But let's take a look at this. You've got this massive supercharger sitting on top. What I love about this design is that everything is pretty much compact inside of here. And so it actually reduces the amount of time that it takes to install this compared to the supercharger on the F-150. It's kind of one big complete unit. You still maintain your dual throttle bodies, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it feels like 105 degrees outside because of the humidity, but it's a very, very hot day, and there is no lack of power in this car. But to prove it, let's go take it for a quick test drive. All right, here we are on our maiden voyage in the Mustang GT with the supercharger. And so far, just cruising, you would never know this stupid thing is supercharged. And I've driven hundreds of these cars that have been supercharged, and just because that's what we do, we customize vehicles, we supercharge them, you know, and I'm just so used to the boost that sometimes you just kind of take it for granted a little bit, but man. And I do want to remind you that it's 91 degrees and about 1,000% humidity. And so this is kind of a worst case scenario as far as horsepower, torque, and, you know, in the butt dyno, you know what I mean? Where you just step on it and you just kind of feel how much horsepower it's got. But all in all, I love the package that Roush puts out. I mean, it truly is turnkey with the warranty and everything. That's one thing that they are known for, and sometimes to their fault, is over-engineering everything, meaning that it's got to be absolutely deadgum perfect before they put a product out into the world. Now let's pull this thing directly onto the scales to find out exactly what it weighs in this particular configuration. Once again, completely bone stock with a supercharger added and no other accessories. Don't worry, we're gonna weigh it again throughout this entire video series, but let's see what it weighs exactly like it sits. And here we are. We've got the results of the weigh-in of the vehicle. And as you can see, this vehicle weighs exactly 4,040 pounds with a full set of fluids and a full tank of gas. So once again, not the lightest thing in the world, but for what you get and the money you spend it on it, it's not that bad as far as a power to weight ratio is concerned. Oh, this thing will get me arrested. Oh. That thing sounds so good, especially in track mode. It holds those gears a little bit longer. Get that smile per gallon going on. Oh my goodness. I know it weighs 4,000 pounds, but it doesn't feel like it. And there we go. That is the very first video of a build series where we're going to be trying to build a vehicle, a Mustang, that can actually beat the Mustang GTD. If you want more content like this and you want to see the next video we've got coming out, it's going to absolutely blow your mind. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel with the bell notification turned on so you don't miss a single video. But if you're interested in ordering one of these Mustangs at Invoice Pricing, give us a call right there on the screen. Or if you've already got the car and you still want the Supercharger installed, we can help you with that as well. It's a different phone number right here. Thank you so much for watching this video and have a great day. Peace.